Senator Joe Griffo's been to that McDonald's. He was just saying that, haven't you?
Which one is that, Bill?
That's the Canandaigua McDonald's. Didn't we stop there? We were on a trip. Remember, we were on a trip? I thought we stopped at that McDonald's.
We may have. We may have.
I think we might have.
Promoting the new movie with Ray Kroc.
Listen, that movie's not playing in our area, Joe. You've got to look into this. There needs to be some sort of a legislation. How does that movie not play in Rome or New Hartford right now?
Tell me about it. We got to get on Tom Clark. Maybe he can make something happen.
Right, he's got to make something happen. All right, listen, I wrote a song for you. It was very difficult to just come up with the words, Joe. Are you ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
Here we go. For Senator Joe Griffo here. So here we are. Trump, 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 Trump. Yeah, I'm getting sick of this.
You know, Trump said that was the greatest song ever.
That was the greatest ever. Love the words, every last one of them.
It's huge. It's huge.
It's huge. So, are you there now? You got to be there now, right?
I am. Yeah, we're here, and I'm here, and it's quite always exciting, regardless of what anybody thinks. I mean, this is really a great demonstration of our democracy, and that's what I think is so exhilarating all the time, regardless of who gets elected, who's being sworn in.
Yeah.
Just this peaceful transfer of power. The crowds are significant. Everybody is behaving. Of course, there are people expressing themselves through protest, as well as many supporters of the president, as well as just people who want to be part of history and democracy in action. So, secure.
I think we went. We're losing a little bit. I know that Joe, if I recall, you were at when you were mayor. You were at Bill Clinton's inauguration, and I was down there doing a broadcast. I'm pretty sure we hooked up down there back whatever year that was when Clinton was inaugurated.
I believe you were. I heard they were doing Morning Joe from the Dublin there today. Now, you know there's a connection there with Coleman's in Syracuse, so they're related. So
that's cool.
So, yeah. So, a lot of activity, a lot of excitement here. We're at the New York Hotel, which obviously is featured more prominent because you have the first New Yorker since Franklin Roosevelt that will be in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
I can't remember, and I don't have a great memory, so it could be just misremembering. I've never heard from Democrats and Republicans the term a peaceful transfer of power so much than we are hearing, and I think we would have heard it whether it was Trump or Clinton. Is everybody comfortable with that? This peaceful transfer of power,
it's not a new term. It's by no means a new term, but I think there was a focus, Joe. Don't you feel there was a focus because Donald Trump was questioning whether he would let us know if he was going to accept the results of the election?
Look, there was a unique sentiment. This was a very unconventional race. He conducted a very unusual campaign, but people across this country expressed themselves, and I think a lot of times there's that disconnect. So when you hear a peaceful transition of power, from my perspective, it's just the essence of our democracy, which is so. I mean, you can't be in awe when you're down here beyond the fact of the Capitol, the White House, but it's just the process and what we are as a nation, and I think that is so important right now, and that's why I think it's unfortunate, quite honestly, that a number of members of Congress have chosen to boycott the ceremony because I think that is so wrong. I mean, it is encouraging that all the presidents on both sides, including both Clintons.
Listen, Hillary Clinton is going to be there.
Correct.
That says a great deal because this is America's day. It is not necessarily Donald Trump's day. Hillary will be there, and Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
all the Bushes. George H.W. will not be there because he's in the hospital. But everybody was going to be there. Even Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was the first to come out and say that he was going. He likes a good party.
I just don't remember us saying that when it went from Bush to Clinton or Clinton to Bush or Bush to Obama.
I was going to just kind of say on that, you're right. You're absolutely right. But never have we had a president that was saying, I'm not sure that I'm going to accept the results of the election. Right. And that's why I think you're hearing it more. The term is not new.
No, right.
But we're hearing it more because of the rhetoric over the campaign. You agree with that, Joe?
Well, yeah, and you had a very divisive campaign, obviously, too, and there's still some strong feelings, and as we said, it's being demonstrated by those who not only are protesting, but those who are boycotting, and I think that's the part that troubles me, because this is an opportunity. Look, there's going to be vigorous disagreement and debate philosophically and politically. That's to be expected in our country and welcomed. And we need to respect that. But we also need to respect the process and try to work together to get something done.
Yeah,
He's a new president. He begins today. In fact, I heard back home in at least in the city that both newspapers had the same identical headline, the News and the Post today. So anything's possible.
Wow, that is a shocker. What was the headline, by the way?
The dawn of a new day, apparently.
The dawn of a new day. They both had the same headline. That is so
same
funny.
Exact headline on both front pages.
That's great. I gotta buy that. That's gonna be awesomely framed side by side. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe. I want to say this one. I know you're celebrating right now, and but if there's going to be the talk of defunding Planned Parenthood, and there's the Women's March, which our producer is going to be a part of, and there in Washington tomorrow. But if it could be possible that the battle over abortion could move back down to the state level, you might have to be battling this thing out. And everybody hates this debate. Are you prepared for it? Did I lose him, or did I completely silence Joe? I believe we've lost him. Yeah. Well, I'll break, and we'll come back. Trust me, it sounds like it was the question.
But he had some spotty service earlier. For the
I got you back now.
All right, you got me?
I've got you now. It sounds like you're like, okay, I don't like that question. I'm not going to respond.
No, we're going to have to work on the coverage here, but I think that's going to happen when you got a lot of people in one area with cell coverage. I think, first of all, let's see what happens at the Supreme Court. And I think, it's going to be interesting, but I don't see major changes in some of these policies going forward. But the states do have an important role, particularly with this president's perspective.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And
I'm more concerned about the Affordable Care Act and what that could do, depending on the changes that are made and the impact financially.
It's like anything else. When during the campaign, it was talked about that some people really wanted the government just torn down and then rebuilt. The problem is it's so intertwined and so everything is weaved to the point where it's like the kerplunk game. If you were to take out one of those sticks, you might be okay, but you take out 3 or 4 of them, the marbles come tumbling down, and that's kind of what has happened with the Affordable Care Act. There are elements of this that people do like, and there are people that are benefiting from it. There are those that are not. So this is a real touchy. This whole thing is touchy. Just replace is a really important word right now, don't you? Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. I think that's what the effort is going to be made. Obviously, and the president himself has said there are elements of this that he like pre-existing conditions and carrying someone post-college. So there's going to be opportunities here. It's going to be a lot of hard work. Hopefully, that's what I'm indicating to you by today. This is a bad start when these individuals are boycotting just ceremonially because they're going to need to really find common ground and get some things done in order to govern and take care of the people of our country. I
do worry about those people. There are some that are trying to shut down the security areas, and Rachel Sutherland from Fox News, we spoke with her earlier. She was she was there as well, and she did bring up the point that listen, our Secret Service, the CIA, the FBI, Homeland Security, these guys really know what's going on. They're really pretty good. Let's hope they're at their best today.
Well, that's what I hope for, is a safe ceremony, because this is an important part of our country and our democracy, this political process, this swearing in of a new president. And there's a great presence of security of all types here. They're doing an extraordinary job, and hopefully it's a safe day for everyone.
Well, savor it, Joe. This is history. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your day today. All right.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Jeff. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Senator Joe Griffo.